Greetings, everyone. Rajee Narinesingh here, transgender activist, author, and actress. And you probably recognize me from the reality show Botched on the E! Network. Hey, you all know the routine. So I cannot believe that there are some people out there that are insinuating that I'm racist. Me, Rajee Narinesingh, racist? I am a transgender, multiracial woman of color coming to you from my very, very humble home here in South Florida, USA. Me, racist? Come on. Well, let me explain to you what happened. So, a few days ago, I posted a video about these very ignorant people that I came in contact with at LaGuardia Airport in New York. It was two women and one guy, all African American, employees at the LaGuardia Airport. And when I tell you ignorant and very disrespectful to me, so in the video I used some choice words. We'll call them very choice words. I called these people park apes. I called them baboons. I even used the N-word, nigger, a couple times. And yes, they were bitches too. Even the guy. Well, you know, we trans women, we have all sorts of radars. And he just looked like one of those guys that he'd call me names in the daytime, but at night come tapping at my window about 2 a.m. in the morning, wanting to come inside and suck on something. If you all know what I mean. Anyway, so when I said baboon, park apes, I wasn't talking about the way they looked. I was talking about the way they were acting. They were acting like animals in a jungle. When I tell you in your face disrespect, loud, and like really going on for like a long time with it. Just like total disrespect, no regard for my feelings, you know, for me as a human being. Just, it was like basically, fuck you, fuck who you are, look at that shit, you know, that kind of thing. Just very ignorant. So I actually think the words were quite appropriate. I mean, to describe the way these people were. And let me break it down for you all again, okay? So I am 52% South Asian via Trinidad and Tobago on my dad's side. And on my mom's side, I'm 24% African, 20% European, 4% Polynesian, and there is a Native American family connection. Okay, so multiracial, United Nations here. And I did the DNA a few years ago. I always knew that I was multiracial. I've always known that, but I just wanted the breakdown. So the last time I checked, y'all, I thought that my 24% African gave me a pass to use the N-word. I mean, like people are always walking around, especially African American people you hear from, quoting the old slave law of like, if you're one drop, you know, that makes you black. So even if you have one drop, you are black, okay? I choose to embrace all of my, you know, ethnicity. But yeah, so anyway, can't have it both ways, folks. I mean, like, hello. Like, what? I'm black for certain scenarios, but for others I'm not. And I'm, you know, not black enough to say certain things, but like, what is it? So, truth be told, I don't like the N-word. I don't like to use it. I rarely use it. And I just think it's a horrific word. But for this particular scenario, and in case you didn't see the video, you might want to check it out. I thought it was quite appropriate to describe these ignoramuses, okay? And that's why I used it. You know, it's funny though. A lot of people will walk around saying the F word. You know what I'm talking about? That F word, faggot. Oh, I can say it. I'm a big old queen, you know, has no power really with me. But yeah, the F word. Oh, no problem. It will come out their mouth like water. They will say it no regard for LGBTQ people. And the F word, faggot, means bundle of sticks in the dictionary. That's the dictionary meaning. But you all know why a word like that got associated to someone like me. Well, the history is horrific, just like slavery. Uh, at one time, if you were someone like myself, a gay man, a transgender, LGBTQ basically, you were burnt to death. Alive, conscious, like, burnt to death like a bundle of sticks. And that's how come that word got associated to someone like me. And that's how come that word is so horrific when it's used by someone, especially that's not gay or trans, and they're calling someone like me that word. It's like a dagger in the heart. It's just as bad as the N word or any other derogatory word used to describe a certain race of people or class of people or type of population here in the world, on the earth. So, just as bad. But people don't have a problem saying that. Oh my God. And let me tell you, from the age of 4, they were calling me that word. Oh, yeah. I remember being 4, not even knowing what faggot meant, but knowing that I didn't like the way it made me feel. The energy behind the word. And I could see my little 4-year-old self like it was just yesterday, looking up at Mr. Pembleton. He was one of the popular neighbors in the neighborhood. He was a fireman. All the kids loved hanging out by his garage and on his steps. And I remember looking up at him and saying, Mr. Pembleton, what does faggot mean? And he looked down at me and he was like, why on earth are you asking me that question? And I told him, well, that's what all the kids are calling me. And he never answered the question, but he basically said to me, you don't pay attention to what those kids are saying. And even at 4, I knew that based on that answer, whatever faggot meant couldn't be a quote unquote good thing. And that was the beginning of many years of relentless bullying, y'all. Relentless bullying. And not just name calling, getting my ass beat. It's almost like they think they can beat it out of you, you know? Oh my, and I say, this whole mentality or attitude, like, well, you chose it. Like, who would choose a life of being ostracized and discriminated against and laughed at and ridiculed? I mean, really? Maybe on a spiritual level, I may have chosen this path, but really, like, physically on this realm and, like, in my mind, like, really, I chose this? And I'll say to someone that's straight in a minute, like, what day did you wake up and choose to be heterosexual? No day. It just is. It's who you are. It's in your hard drive. Same thing with us LGBTQ people. This whole attitude of like, well, you chose it. Look around at the, infinite universe. Eternity. It's such a diversity that exists. Even if you look at nature here on the planet, worms are transgender, male and female. One side is male, the other side's female. Oysters, the parrotfish, male seahorses are the ones that carry the babies. I mean, the diversity. So why wouldn't we human beings be diverse on so many different levels, including sexuality and gender identity? Anyway, that's a lot for a topic for a whole other video. It's a lot to cover. But yeah, really. So that whole thing of like feeling from young that I was in this war fighting for my dignity, fighting, for my place in the world and like, just fighting to be able to be who I am and like justify my beingness, being made to feel that way. When you're constantly ostracized and laughed at and ridiculed and made a joke of, that's a really, 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 really damaging thing to people like myself. You know, it gets so tiring trying to be the bigger person, giving people a pass, the benefit of the doubt, excusing people, for their disrespect and, just turning the other cheek all the time. It's tiring. After a while, it's like, like you all are taking my niceness for weakness. Because really, I say for the most part, I really do try to live my life conscientiously and taking, other people into consideration, treating people the way I want to be treated and just being kind to my fellow human beings despite our differences. I mean, that's me. That's who I am. But like sometimes you just get tired. And it's almost like, the sheep in the wolf's den, like, people taking your niceness for weakness and like really, after a while, like really having to stand up and call people out and making them accountable for their actions, for their disrespect. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people probably think, oh, well, it's just name calling, but picture yourself walking through an airport terminal and you're walking to your flight. Picture yourself doing that. And all of a sudden, you start getting names called at you. And I mean, people are yelling at you at the top of their lungs and laughing at you and ridiculing you. How would you feel? I mean, come on. How would you feel? That hurts. And I'm a tough cookie. I've been through a lot. But sometimes, I mean, I am human, and some days it just gets to me. I have so much love to give, and I'm so thankful to God that there are people that see my love and light. I don't know if I didn't have you all. If I didn't have you all that truly love and respect me, if I could really go on. I just don't know if I'd be able to be strong enough to do that. So I'm so thankful for the ones out there that are able to see my worth and that love and respect me. I just had to, make the record straight. I am not a racist. I am someone that truly loves, has so much love in my heart to give. So, let me stop being a drama queen. I'm sorry, y'all. You know me. If you know Rajee, you know me. I get so emotional. But on that note, I wish you all love, peace, and blessings. And thanks so much for the love and support. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.